Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Puppets. Today, joined by
Me, just Michael.
the Ills at a very special location. Where are we?
We're at the Studenterhuset in Aalborg.
Yes, and the reason why we're here is because we're prepping for Bad Seed Beer Fest,
Yep.
a festival that is lager than life. So we are getting everything ready. We have our lunch break right now, and for our lunch break, we're popping a bottle of BBT rye.
As usual.
So I promised the guys at the brewery that we drink this together, and we're here now, so it makes sense to pop it now as a lunch beer. So this is the 22. Oh, can you get my phone? I got the info on the. So this is the 22 vintage. I think the first time they did this was in 2020, and they released the 23 vintage a few weeks back, and it's not sold out, which is crazy. Smaller bottle format as well. This is also with a proper glassware, so it should taste even better. We'll see. But I've seen a lot of people critique this a little bit, not liking it as much as the 22 regular BBT, because they think it has a bit more edges and it's a bit more raw, but that's what you also get from rye.
Yeah, it's
So
spicy.
it's the same concept. It's their best barrels of stout, but instead of bourbon barrels, it's rye whiskey barrels. It's been aged in barrels for 18 to 42 months, and it's consisting of 3 recipes, derivation blend 3, and then 2 vibes. Recipes. The derivation was aged in 5-year-old Willet rye whiskey barrels, and one of the vibes was aged in 4-year-old Willet rye whiskey barrels, and the last one was aged in still 630 rye barrels. One of them was put in barrels in 18. Holy crap.
Wow. It's a long time ago.
So let's get the show on the road. I mean, it looks like a PBT. It pours out like so thick. And I had the chance to try the 22 BBT this past weekend. Because Frederick, my boss, was kind enough to pop his bottle. So I kind of have it fresh in memory.
What's the ABV?
15.
15%. Yeah.
So it's a big one. Very rich looking. I mean, just the curtains on the side of the glass.
Yeah.
When you pour this out, it just looked so vulgar and rich.
It's
Very luxurious looking. You can smell aromatics already in the room.
It smells really good.
Let's check it out. Oh, there is a lot of rye.
Yeah.
And you can definitely feel it's a much sharper barrel character actually than the last one.
It smells whiskey and not bourbon.
Yeah, it's rye whiskey has that like sharp spiciness to it. Almost like pepper. And I'm also getting a lot of like
cinnamon,
tobacco and cinnamon, I get that too.
Yeah.
But this actually maybe even more so than the 22 has a lot of that like brownie batter fudge on the nose that I think Side Project is quite well known for with their stouts. Like a lot of chocolate to me.
Yeah, and a lot of burnt sugar.
Yeah. But also like
Muscovado sugar.
steaks.
Yeah. All these dried fruits, tobacco, sweet tobacco.
Like the red cocktail cherries.
Definitely.
What are they called? Maraschino cherries, I think. Luxardo cherries? I can't remember. There's
People
a lot of...
probably know what dark dessert cherries are.
Yeah, a little bit of... there's like some char, like burnt whiskey nuances. You can smell that there's older barrels at play. Vanilla, toffee.
There's so much going on here.
So much going on. I'm getting a bit of honey too.
Yeah, all kinds of good stuff.
Let's try it.
Let's try
just
this.
jump the gun. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is pretty fucking phenomenal. I'm looking forward to have this warm up a little bit more in the glass. But wow, the barrel expression is pretty massive, and you can feel it digging in. It's a combination of like booze, but like spicy rye. Like warming spicy rye and booze.
This is just, I can see what people think this is sharper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is for sure.
You can taste the alcohol, but it's more spiciness than it's alcohol.
Yeah.
But all these nuances.
There's a bit of leather more so on this one than the regular 22. Lots
And
of
this
char.
will be on tap on Saturday?
On tap at the Bad Seed booth. We got it. I know. Got an exclusive keg. But loads of char on this one.
It's really charry.
Yeah, and I think the regular BBT had a bit less of that. It's more charry, it's more spicy, it's more sharp. It's got a bit more edge. But I actually don't mind that because it just reminds me of rye whiskey. Like I actually thought about bringing my bottle of Michter's rye so we could have a shot of rye whiskey on the side just to compare. But
what would be the idea if not another taste? If it's another barrel?
Yeah.
It's taste preference. Do you like the bourbon? Do you like this? It's two different tastes. Experiences. So yeah.
I think it's really hard for me to say if I enjoyed the 22 more over this. I really think this is amazing.
For me, it's too long ago. I had
Yeah.
it, so I cannot remember. But
I mean, the 19 we had is apparently one of the best vintages. So we've also been lucky in that sense.
I think some people might think this is not sweet enough.
Yeah. It's also got a heavy roasted malt
It
profile.
does.
Lots of like charry burnt malt. Really tastes like an Imperial Stout. But it also has the brownie batter vibes. There's also the vanilla. All these layers of dark fruit and the cherry
all
tobacco.
this dried tobacco, this is sweet tobacco. It's just overwhelming.
I think it really comes down to with this and the regular BBT is like, do you like beers with edges and do you like rye whiskey?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer like really soft, sweet, desserty flavors? Even though that one, the 22 also had like desserty, the caramel fudge and all these things. That was also some dark fruits and whatnot and tobacco. But it seems like the rye barrels really make those nuances even more pronounced.
Actually, I think the spiciness of this one, of the barrel, really works well with the base beer because it's
Really
so
well.
complex and so well done. So I think the spicy barrel blends good in. I think it's a good. I think it's a good variant.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, this is the upper echelon of barrel-aged beer without using adjuncts. It's a beer that's really hard to critique because like it just nails so much as well. Like, but the thing is, I don't know. Are you on 100? I'm not sure if I am.
I think I should be. I think I could use a tiny more sweetness. I think it's a little acidity. It has a little acidity I could live without, but I think 99. It's so close to perfection.
But I was thinking 99 as well, and scored a little lower than the 29 regular BBT.
29.
2019.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just to give it a little bit of edge, because that was just a more mind-blowing experience. Not to say that this is not mind-blowing.
No.
And this is like highly sought-after beer, and I totally recommend that you try and hunt for this if you want to try it. But maybe that last mark, I'll get that once it warms up. I don't know. If that's the case, I will put it in descriptions. But because this is something, we're going to have lunch now, and this is just going to sit and warm up and develop even more in the glass, I think. But yeah, I mean, there is... It's obvious why these guys are famed for barrel-aged stouts.
Definitely.
They do it so well. There's such an understanding of the barrels being used and what's base beer to pair with a given barrel. I mean, they must also drink a lot of whiskey.
Have they done this on other barrels, rum or something?
No, but there's BBT rye, and now BBT Peppy Van Winkle, where it's just different Peppy Van Winkle barrels. But I don't think nothing else. But they were supposed to release yesterday a beer called Phase Rule with Phase 3, which is bourbon, cognac, and rye. So where they play around with different barrels. I think the only time they've otherwise done rum was Derivation 10, maybe the one I reviewed, which was rum, coffee, and chocolate or something like that. I think
Sounds pretty good too.
Yeah, that was my first side project stout, and I was just like,
yeah, I can understand.
but this is fucking insane.
This is insane beer,
and I can see why some people would critique it, but like, you really like then you have to say like a tasting with other upper echelon beers to say like this is only a 95 or something. I feel like, well, then you have to drink those kind of beers all the fucking time to really get that into it. And we don't do that anymore. It's
When we get a beer in this caliber once in a while, it is just awesomeness. And I think it's good you don't have it too often because then it
becomes not as special.
Yeah.
But I totally see it. It's edges, it's spice, it's rye. If you love rye whiskey, you're going to love this. It's going to be the best rye whiskey barrel-aged beer you've ever had.
I think so too.
So, yeah, we're on a 99. Let's see what happens when it warms up, but that's not going to be on the video. But hope you guys enjoyed this one at a different location. We're going to have lunch now and get ready to set up the festival. Stay tuned for next year's Bad Seed Beer Fest. Plug in the festival a bit here. We're doing it again next year. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, if you guys had a chance to try the 22 vintage of Beer Barrel Time Rye from Side Project, let us know what you thought of it. Wondrous, wondrous stuff. I can't wait to try more Side Project stouts. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos and more. 105 cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.
Cheers.